and hi, everybody. Welcome back to Empowerment Through Intuition. Tonight is anything psychic. So if it bumps in the night or you just want to talk to a spirit, Chris and I are here for you tonight. We are in separate locations. Chris is recovering from the flu, so she kindly stayed away from me.
I want to share, and she doesn't want to share with me.
She wants to share her germs. Okay, so I'm Nora Truscello, two-time best-selling author and international speaker on intuition. And my partner,
introduce Chris Gurganus from Conversations with Chris, and I'm a psychic and medium and a teacher and a healer.
So we actually are playing, we're just going to have some fun. So we stuck on the top of the little message thing on Facebook, a live link. If you hit that link, you can actually go on the show live with us. But again, we will restrict you to that one question. Make it specific. Please do not ask, how is my life? Or where is my life going? That's not specific. The answer will be, go to Chris's website and schedule an appointment. Specific meaning, I applied for a few jobs. Can you tell me which one's the best opportunity? Something along those lines. Okay. Denise, hello. Thanks for joining us. And hi, sweetie. I heard about what's going on with you physically, and I hope you're doing well. You are in our prayers. And Bobby, hi, nice to see you guys. Thanks for joining us already. And does anyone have a question? If not, I'm going to go on and on about my trip. So Chris was up at Lilydale, and I was in Thailand. Chris was learning all new techniques. You want to tell them anything, a little bit about what was going on?
Well, I was at a workshop with Lisa Williams, and we were doing trance mediumship, trance writing, trance imaging, whole bunch of stuff, doing trance work and surrendering to the spirit and allowing your master guide to help you and things like that. It was a very challenging time because you have to surrender and you have to give it over and let a spirit take over what they call your vessel. And for me, that's very hard. And the spirits were very clear about the fact that I was very stubborn. And told me my vessel was a little stubborn and would only bend her knee to the master. And I was like, well, hello. That's just me. Sorry. So I didn't do so well, but I learned a lot of things. And the difference between trance and channeling is whether or not you're able to physically be present. If you're physically able to be present, that's channeling. And if you're not, and you can truly surrender, that's totally a trance. And I can do both. I've done both. It's just trance is a lot scarier for me. But when we do the gallery readings, it's kind of like a trance for me. It's trance mediumship, but I don't let another entity take over. I just kind of space way out there. And Nora's my rock. And she kind of brings me back into the world and says,
we sort of balance each other during those times. Okay, so Elizabeth Ann Walker, she has a great question. The number 5 keeps coming up in my family members' dreams. What does it mean? What I love is that it's family members. Family members often dream for each other. We've discussed that in some of the shows on dreams. The number 5 has to do with the plane. I'm going to give you my interpretation from the old books like the Kabbalah. Number 5 has to do with the plane of creation. That's where God's mercy, the beauty, and judgment are all at. So 5 mostly being the beauty and balance in a person's life. Chris, what do you have for it?
5 is usually the number that represents the 5 in Eastern mythology, it's the 5 elements of the earth. So it's usually a grounding number, but it also talks about harmony and major changes and working to create new opportunities, because one will balance the other, and it's kind of like a cycle of life the way the elements work together. And if one's out of balance, like it's the same as a family.
That's excellent, because you're actually saying how they interpret the number 5 now is very similar to the ancient books, which has to do with balance.
Right.
So
and it has a lot to say about balancing the elements and balancing within a family. If the family's dreaming, one of the elements might be out of balance. And if they show you earth elements and they're telling you like it's an earthy problem, look for an earth type of mentality or an earthy type of personality, and that'll tell you which one in the family is out of balance. It's very easy to trace what they're trying to tell you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Christina, hi, sweetie. Nice to see you back.
Hello.
And Lori, hello, little mommy. Love
Hi,
the pictures
honey.
of the baby that you always have on Facebook. All right, Melissa, hi. So I would like to know where my personal love life is going. I've had quite a past and would like to know what you see happening. Will I meet someone new, or do I already know the person, or what? I feel a little lost. Laugh out loud. I still have her lost for at least, Melissa, for at least, I keep hearing 3. I don't feel like it's 3 years. I feel like it's 3 months. But I'm hearing the word seasons. So maybe it's 3 seasons. That's unusual. You know what? That's funny, Chris. I never got that before. Seasons instead of weeks, months, days, you know? No, I'm actually, okay, I understand what's going on. You have to go through seasons of changes within yourself. This is much more significant and profound than you think, okay? What I'm getting is you need to make changes, keeping yourself who you are, but major changes like the seasons change. And there are 3 key things in your life that you're well aware of that you need to adjust. It will not change who you are at the core, but your outward expression and being in life will significantly change. Until you're able to move forward in that way for yourself, I don't see anyone coming. Now, hopefully, Chris has something nicer to say. Do you want to soften the blow?
Well, I see the changes that you're speaking of because they're telling me there's 3 doors she has to pass through. So whether they're seasons doors, however you want to go through it, she has to go through it. They're showing me like this long row home. And every section, she's got to open the next set of doors and open the next set of doors. And then at the end, she's looking at this beautiful garden and there's this waterfall in the back. And it just feels beautiful to me.
Mm-hmm. But getting through those doors is not going to be that easy.
It's going to be a challenge because she has to make some kind of changes. Then they're showing her that she doesn't have to leave everything she knows behind, but she just has to develop a little bit more. And that there'll be souls along the way that she can play with until this change is complete. And I'm asking them, is it going to be by the end of 2018? And they're saying
I'm getting yes. I'm getting yes, too. Okay, so we're just saying...
It's mind over matter in all realities. And it's just a realization of, do I matter the most to me or don't I? That's where she needs to start.
So, Melissa, basically, Chris and I see the same thing. We just see it differently, but we're both giving you the same answer. So I'd count on that. Take a look within. What are those 3 things that you need to walk through or change like a season? Okay, real quick before I jump to Erin, because she's got a question, I just want to remind everybody that Chris and I will do a show in September. Whatever state gets the most votes, so if you're watching this show right now in the state of California, please put in California, city and state, so we can narrow it down. Ohio, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, put your city and state. Whoever has the most city and states, that's where we'll plan the next show, and we plan to do it in September. So to get us girls to your town, all it takes is your vote. 1 vote per show.
I'm not
Okay.
going to Bangkok. I'm telling you, I'm just not doing it
No,
now. You'll
not
be
gonna
going
make.
your on your
It
own.
took me 3 days, people, to recoup from that time difference. Okay, Erin, my stepmom contacted me about a daydream. She is hospice. She said she saw her mom and her dad dancing while holding a lantern. My interpretation was that her time is coming soon and they are welcoming her. What do you guys get? I think that's a great interpretation.
They're
They are
lighting the
visiting
way for
her.
her.
Yeah, they are visiting her, lighting the way for her. That's a beautiful interpretation. And that's wonderful that she shared that with you. It's not a daydream, it actually happens. And I'm getting she actually saw them. They were there
It's a
for her.
vision. And it
Yeah.
happens with a lot of people in hospice. I do a lot of hospice care, and they see things they don't always understand. And it's the other side trying to secure them and help them transfer with what they understand and what they can process. And you have to
Okay.
remember at the end of their life, they're not processing a whole lot clearly, so they have to make it really clear. And that's why they use things known to them.
Okay, I just want to say thanks, Carol, for just sharing us. And anybody else, please share us. If you're enjoying the show, just click share real quick, or to specific people you know who enjoy these topics. We love to grow and expand and make our community bigger. And just to remind you, if you have interpretations and any insights on some of the questions that people post, join in. This isn't just about Chris and I. This is empowerment through intuition. It's all of us empowering each other. Dave, thanks for sharing the link. Love it. You guys are great. Cassie, hello. Thanks for joining us. And Tina, hi. Please help me know if my roof will be fixed. Oh, I mean, of course your roof is going to be fixed.
She wants to know, is it
But
going to
you
get
want to know,
fixed
like,
tomorrow?
when? Yeah, like, when is your roof going to get fixed? So watch the questions, because I could just say, yes, it is, and go to the next person.
I got before May.
I got within seven. So that's 7 days or 7 weeks. So 7 weeks would take us into May. So no, wouldn't. April, May. Yeah, would take us into May. So I'm around the same time Chris is. It's, but I'm also getting that is not what you wanted to hear.
Well, she's afraid it's going to be a patch instead of a complete fix. And
Let me see. What are you picking up on the roofers that she hired?
well, I'm getting that financially she wants to patch it, but the best option is to replace it. Take the whole thing all the way down and put a whole new roof on.
And I'm
That
getting
is dramatic.
the roofer that you're actually talking with is not necessarily the best one that you should be going with.
The
So
cheapest is not always the best.
oh yeah, you might be going with the cheapest, and I mean, it can be, but not the person who you're talking to right now is not the person for the job. So ask around, ask some neighbors, go on to Yelp and other things, and find people who have really got great reviews. It's worth it. Okay, Diane, I have a matter pending that seems to be taking a long time to get the people involved to come to the table to negotiate and resolve it. Can you give me an idea of when it might happen? I feel this is holding me back from moving forward with my life. Ooh.
I keep getting legal matters.
I'm getting like, honey, this is not happening anytime soon. I'm all right. So Chris and I often tell you how we get answers. We hear things or we suddenly see things. So what I'm doing is I have a calendar, and I'm looking at a calendar that has all 12 months on it. And I just ripped off 18. I just ripped off 19, 20, 21, and 22. This is not going to get resolved until sometime in the spring of 22. Now, before you panic, I have been tested to be 95% accurate 6 months into the future. That's a 5-year prediction. I might be off, just to give you some hope. But Chris, how far out do you see this? Because I mean, maybe I'm just misreading maybe it's months I'm ripping instead of years, but I feel like it's years.
It's going to take a while for it to be completely resolved. I feel like it's going to just be drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
Like over a period of time, you're going to do a little bit, then you're going to wait. You're going to do a little bit, and then you're going to wait. And it's just going to go back and forth and back and forth. It's going to be like a bad ping pong match, like a really bad one that you're just going to be like ready to throw the towel in with. And there might even be lawyers involved at some point. And if it's a family matter, it might have legal connotations to it because I just get there's a lot of heartfelt issues here.
Mm-hmm.
But they will get resolved in the end, and they will get resolved in your favor.
Now it says, I feel this is holding me back. I just want to say real quick, Teresa, you have come up into the lobby. We don't see you, but you're in our lobby, so I need to see you. So you have to have your, there you go. All right, sweetie, hang out and we'll get you on eventually in a few minutes. So Diane, it says, I feel this is holding me back from moving forward in my life. And I feel like this unbelievable pulling on my heart. So this is a family matter that Chris said, and it's very emotional, and it's holding you back because you can't imagine moving forward. There's so much sadness here. What you need, honey, is a really good counselor or a really good friend, but I would shoot for counselor. You need to find how to move forward while still dealing, how to surrender this to God. I mean, there's nothing you can do about the situation, nothing you can do. So you do what Chris and I do. You write down what you need and you put it in your God box and you forget about it. To the best of your ability. It will always be, and it might take a counselor to help you do that too. Do you want to add anything, Chris?
It's just a lot of heavy emotion there. And that's why I feel like it must be a family issue because I just feel like there's other people that just don't want to let go and they're very stubborn. And as much as you're feeling heartfelt to help them, you can't help them without dragging yourself in and dragging yourself down. And that's not going to help anybody. It's truly not. You're not serving the purpose you were meant to serve. And you have to let them just feel their own feelings and they're going to do what they want to do and you can't stop it. But I keep pulling the cards for you and I keep getting that you will find your heart's desire. Just be patient and that the universe is trying to help you. So they're going to give you little kernels of knowledge and hope along the way. So you'll get little signs here and there to tell you you're on the right path because they tell me you are on the right path. But it's going to take an extreme amount of patience and put it in the God box because unhook your energy from it because it's not going to serve you to help you keep worrying over it.
Exactly. Okay, we are going to bring up Teresa. Teresa, you get one really good question too, but thanks for joining us. Hello. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for joining us. What's your question, hon?
I had a best friend that recently passed away in October. And my daughter says she sees her here all the time. I mean, like constantly always here. And I know that's not a good thing. If there's any way you could tell me why she would be here all the time or what could I do that would help her I don't mind if she visits, but even my sons are saying stuff like that they see her and isn't she dead, because they're young, they don't understand. So I'm just wondering, why is she here always?
Teresa, what's her name?
Jackie.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the angels to go find Jackie and see if she's crossed over. Because if she hasn't crossed over, which is what you're saying sounds like hasn't happened, then we need to help her cross over.
Right.
And we can do that from a distance. And
Okay.
we can do it. We can do it.
We can actually do it. Well, I say let's do it while we're all on the air, so you guys understand how easy it is.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me just check with the angels. Hey,
I
Michael,
got you.
can you go check? Can you go check for Jackie, Tracy's friend? Did she cross over? No, she got halfway to the bridge and decided to turn back. She was a little afraid. I said, you couldn't just help her across. He's like, free will.
Free will.
So we're going to help her across. It's really a very simple process, and your love will probably help convince her that it's okay to go. And you're what she considers safe. So that's why she keeps coming back to you, because she knows you'll get her help. And she knows that something's a little off.
Now, when I just want to throw something out there, when Chris starts this, I'm just going to follow with Chris because we're so used to doing this. You guys who are listening in the audience, participate. If you know a prayer, say the prayer. If you don't know the prayer we might be saying, say another prayer. Help this spirit. It will make a difference. So,
well,
sorry I interrupted.
I also want to say is that her son had passed away a year to the same month prior to when she died. So I don't know if she's here because he's still here. All I know is that she's always here. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
What's her son's name?
Benjamin.
Well, let's hold on and check and see if Benjamin's crossed.
I got Benjamin crossed, just Mommy didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Well, hold on, let me just double check.
Let Chris double check.
Say, Michael, can you check for Benjamin, Jackie's son, to make sure he's in good hands on the other side? I got 2 thumbs up on that one.
Okay, good.
So we're going to use the energy of Benjamin to help us cross his mother. Because if we can find a spirit that's already crossed that she feels very connected to, that will help her and you, and the prayers will push her and he'll pull her. And it's kind of like a process where she sees that the light is safe to go into and that it's okay. So all we're going to do is we're going to ask that God be present and come forward and bring the light of the angels and a transfer shuttle or pod, we call them, landing pods of light to wherever Jackie is, and allow her to see the beam of light of heaven and send Benji down to welcome her into heaven and show love and mercy, joy and happiness to her so she crossed safely into heaven. And usually what we do is we say the Our Father and we pray until the angels come and tell us that she's crossed. And usually I do the Our Father, the Hail Mary, and the Glory Be, and I just keep rotating them. But she's already halfway there.
She's already like leaving as Chris was talking.
I know. I see her, and I'm like, I didn't say my prayer yet.
But that's because there's so many people who are in that state of helpfulness and love.
I know.
That it's just going to move quickly. So
we're going to say an Our Father, and she's going to be gone. So I don't even get to say the rest of my thing.
Oh, okay.
So
it's
join
Our
us,
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. By the kingdom, the power, and the glory be yours, now and forever.
Amen.
Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Glory be to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit,
as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
O my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell. Lead all souls into heaven, especially those who most need of thy mercy. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. She's been gone.
She's in good place.
She was gone before I even got halfway through the Our Father. That wasn't even any fun.
Yeah.
All right. Good. I mean, I didn't know why she was here. I was wondering, why is there something that she wants me to know? I don't understand.
She's just blowing you kisses like this.
Oh,
And
she
she's
Yeah,
thanking
was?
you.
she
Oh,
just was stuck. She just got scared, hesitated, and went to a safe place. That's what
Yeah,
it
that's all.
was.
She
And
just turned tail and ran.
luckily, your children were conscious
Able
enough
to
to
see it.
know it, and then you got the help that she needed. But thanks for joining us. I'm going to take you
thank
down
you
and keep
very
going through
much
the
for doing
read.
that.
You're
You're
welcome. Have a
very
blessed
welcome.
night. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So let's jump back on here. Uh, Denise, why do I always feel stuck in my tracks? Oh, that's a bit general. I'm not sure if we can. That's.
Well, I'm getting an emotional feeling from
Go
that.
ahead.
And I don't think she means like emotionally, but I think it's coming from an emotional spot that's slowing her down.
I'm agreeing with
And
you.
they're,
She's talking
and
about
they're
stuck
telling
in
me that,
life, but it's emotion.
well, they're telling me she doesn't feel worthy. And she thinks that what she's done so far, she's got this plan, timeline in her head that she should be further or do something different. And they're saying that she's right where she's supposed to be, doing exactly what she's supposed to do.
Until she's ready to let go. I'm getting you like stuck in the body of an 8-year-old,
Hmm.
8 to 12-year-old. So from 8 to
Yeah,
12 years of age,
something
something was
emotionally
going
happened.
on. Yeah, then you're still stuck there. And until you can release that emotion and let it go and understand it was part of your past that created who you are today and use it as strength instead of an automatic way of being, you're going to be stuck, you know?
And I
So,
do think that she can ask for help from
oh,
God and the
definitely.
angels. If
Definitely.
she's not aware of where she's stuck or how she's stuck, ask them to light the path up.
Hmm.
And if you still can't find it, just ask them to remove it because you just don't understand what the block is, but you're willing to give God the power to take whatever it is out of your life and to remove it so you can move forward to your highest and best good.
Exactly. Beautiful. Thank you. Real quick, guys, let's do a few shares and some hearts. Make Chris's day. I like to share. She likes the hearts.
I do. I'm like a little kid. I need my little toys.
Commercial time. If you want to read from Chris, you can just go to her website and book your appointment right there. And she's great. She makes you cry. I don't do reads, but that's my website. I enjoy reading, but I mostly teach about intuition. So if you want to know where I'm teaching, you go to my website. We are Empowerment Through Intuition, and we want you to tell us your state, city, and state if you want us to do our next show in September in your city and state. Once we add up all of them, whichever one has the most, that's where we're going. Okay, Margie has a question about numbers. Hi, I keep getting the number 333. Also 213, which is my father's death date, and 217, which is my birth date. I can figure out the dates, but what about 333? I
Oh,
wake
that's
up
my
to,
favorite
I know
number.
mine too.
I get so excited when I see
You
it. I
gotta
like
watch the
jump out
movie
of my
show.
skin.
I woke up to that number and see that on my phone all the time. 333, that's so great. We really talked a lot. I wonder why her thing is not coming up. You can't see her comments, can you?
No.
I wonder what's going on. Something went off on the monitor here, so I apologize, guys, that your actual stuff isn't popping up. 333 is really super. So go ahead, Chris, you take it over, and then I'll fill in
It's
what
the
I
Father,
say.
Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's the most wonderful number because it says that you've got all three of them at your
Mhm.
hands. And I'll read you the info. You merge blended masters who work with you. So basically, what you're doing is your word authorities. Ascended
Okay,
masters are like
we
that.
have a problem with the connection, Chris. You're going in and out, and the fact that these aren't coming up. I'm going to ask everyone to hang on. I'm going to click this system and try to reboot it real quick. Don't go anywhere. It'll just take a moment. All right,
Guys,
All right. We got Chris back. Hopefully we got everything else back. Can you hear me, Chris? Chris, can you hear me? No hearing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep, I can hear
Great.
you.
All right, guys, sorry about that. I'm still not able to get the stuff up, but now we can hear Chris without it breaking up. So tell us about the 333, because everything you said, I'm in 100% agreement. I'd be saying the same thing. And this is from Margin. Yay! Now we got Margie
Yeah,
up
there
there.
you go.
All right.
333 is the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. It means that you have the whole Holy Family at your feet and that you're working with them to master whatever path and life path you're on, and that they're trying really hard to get through to you, and that you're on a lesson with them. So I would take notice to when it shows up and what you're doing at the time and how you can work with them. And if you don't understand, just ask them really clearly. Say, can you just be real clear about what it is I'm supposed to be doing?
And guys, when Chris says that or I say that, be in a quiet place and just accept what thought comes into your mind. You're going to be like, well, I thought that. No, that thought was placed in your mind. It didn't just come out of the blue. So try it. It can be that simple. We think when we say ask and the answer will come, you guys think it, some people, not everybody, think it's supposed to be like this really profound, obvious answer. You can request for a profound, obvious answer. You can request your answer be seen on a billboard, or on the side of a truck, or somewhere obvious. Or you can just request to have it come into your mind. It's all up to you.
It can just be a soft nudge or a whisper or just a passing thought.
Right. It's that subtle, but you can ask for it to be loud and screaming. I mean, when I first was, I've been doing this for so many years. So like when I say when I first, it sounds silly. But when I actually first was playing with Chris, she's like, Nora, just ask, just ask. I'm like, I do ask, but I don't always hear it. She goes, well, you're asking, but you're not telling them how you want to hear it. Tell them you want it in neon lights. And so I started doing that stuff, and it made it a whole lot easier. And I was already doing this stuff for like 20 years. So Melissa says, and unfortunately these messages are not popping back up again. Melissa says, I know what it means. Melissa is the one who had to go through the 3 different seasons or the 3 different doors. So good girl. I hope it works. Denise Harris Fair says, hi, Chris.
Hi.
Casey Rogers, I don't know what to do. I love my husband, but he has put me through a lot. And we have a past, been split for a while. Do you see a future with us or anything else for me?
What's her name, Casey?
Casey Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it coming together, but it's...
I see rocks. Lots of rock climbing.
Yeah, it's like...
Before she gets to a grassy knoll.
Mm-hmm. This is really going to be your choice.
It's going to be slippery.
It's not going to be an easy ride, but it is doable.
Depends how much more work she wants to put in it. I feel she's tired. And I feel like her spirit is beat up and her heart is almost unforgiving at this point. It definitely depends if she needs to take a break and just relax and gather her spirit together to see where her spirit really wants to be.
Find some strength.
Yes, find her strength and find her center of where she really wants to be. Because I feel like there's extenuating circumstances that she's trying to cover all the bases and be fair to everybody. And she's got to be fair to herself first of all.
Yeah, and
worry about the bases later.
You are really working at keeping something together more for others than for yourself.
That's what I was trying to get at with the bases. That steamroller.
Well,
just go for it.
I just want to get to the chase. She's always teasing me. So, but I'm also hearing very loudly that if you stay and work at it, there is a profoundness that will come from it, a profound goodness. But this is not going to be easy. It's not something you guys can do on your own. So, and I'm getting things that I'm not going to say here online, because sometimes, guys, things come up to us and we just don't think you really want us to publicly state them. So you have got to really do what Chris said and I said. Take some time. Take some time by yourself and decide, do I want to go through the work that it's going to take, or do I want to move forward? It's not like you're going to be a bad girl if you decide not to stick this out. And it doesn't make you a better person if you stick it out. It will give you lessons and growth that you will not get if you don't stick it out. But you know what? Those lessons of growth are not always all they're chalked up to be. So you got to make that decision. Does that make sense? You all right, boss? We move to the next one? All righty. We're going to move along. And I have no idea why we're having this trouble, but I'm going to try one more thing. Let's see.
Can I say the words Mercury retrograde to you?
I hate that. I swear to God. So
I know you do.
You explain Mercury retrograde, and I'm going to tell everybody why I hate it after you explain it. Go ahead.
Okay. Mercury retrograde comes 3 times a year, and it lasts for about 3 to 4 weeks. And it just causes mixed up communications. It's when the planet Mercury goes in retrograde. It goes backwards. And it's also a good, friendly time to settle things from the past that need to be settled, and it can be helpful. It causes computer problems, miscommunications. I wouldn't recommend buying anything new. A lot of left brain activity goes a little bonkers. So while the left brain people are having problems with Mercury retrograde, and all us right brain people are going, la, 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 la. Oh, yeah, that would be Mercury. Gotta go.
So my issue with this Mercury retrograde is I believe we have free will, and we have the power of our intention, and that should be able to override these silly little things like astrological shifts in the universe. Okay, just putting it out there.
Okay.
So, she can say Mercury retrograde, and I can say, hey, my statements are coming up on the bottom of the screen.
I see them.
All right, so Margie, even though you guys aren't coming up, sorry. Margie, what do you think of dream dates? I think they're magnificent. I think they are, I know they are real, and they are something to be cherished, because that spirit was fortunate enough to be able to have that kind of energy and built up that they could come and be with you. Enjoy it and spend the time with that loved one. It is truly a gift. Do you want to add to that?
Can you just, dream dates take a lot of energy, and they take a lot of desire, a huge amount of love and desire to focus on one person, to come to that person. And usually it doesn't happen until that person's been gone 4 or 5 of our years, because it takes so much energy. If they come anytime before that, usually, sometimes you'll get people that'll tell you they dream dates the week after the funeral or something like that. That's kind of normal. But after that, it's usually 5 years, 4 to 5 years at least, because they got to gather up the energy.
Mm-hmm.
If you get it any time before that, consider it a gift from God, honestly.
Truly.
Honestly. Because, and if you can remember all of it, you're
That's
right up
really
there,
nice.
like you're in stardom in heaven. Like, that just doesn't happen to most people. I'm just telling you, I've been doing it for 25 years, and I read about 150 people a week, and I'm telling you, it doesn't happen all the time.
Okay, Bobby, another dream date question, and this one's very interesting. My best friend's dad showed up in my dream, and he also appears to me while I was awake. I never dream about him and never had a spirit appear to me. Why is this happening to me?
Because I get there's a change going on, and you need to honor the change, and that there might be a problem with your friend. that he's trying to get through to you. And you're also opening psychically and spiritually.
And there's something major going on. When Chris said a major change, it's in your life, Bobby, and your best friend's dad saw you as somebody he cared for and cherished as much as his children, even though you, I kind of feel you know that.
You're like a second son to him.
Yeah, you're like another child to him, totally. So this is not, this is, there's something going on for you that's major. And that major shift might be just the fact that you're opening up intuitively, becoming more of a medium. So hold on, baby. Get crazy.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah, welcome to our world. I hope you can make our next live event. You need as much training and help as you can get. Michelle Fleming, okay, looking for insight into my mom's health and living situation. Any changes on the horizon? Okay. I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to tell you what I got because Chris will then tell me I'm a steamroller. I see your mom's health deteriorating rapidly. So hopefully Chris has a different interpretation. But I see it deteriorating rapidly, and the living situation isn't going to matter that much once this all starts. And I'm like I said, some things I don't like to say online, but I'm getting like 3 months.
I got 3 to 5 months, and I got it was going to be from hospital to hospice.
Yeah,
I got it was a transition that you weren't even going to have to worry about where she lived because it wasn't going to be enough time.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to say that, Michelle, but I don't feel like
we don't want to lie.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I just feel like she needs peace.
She's had enough.
Can bring her that peace, that will be a good thing for her. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay, Melissa sends lots of love, little X's and O's. Erin is voting for Ohio, Lori for New York, Christine for Indiana. We have a New Jersey, Tina, Renee, New Jersey, Erin. That's what I thought. So Erin, that was, I got to switch back. The daydream with with the lantern and the two of them. Yes, I'm glad that I'm with you totally, honey. We really felt you had that right too. Carol McFillin says Atlantic City, New Jersey. I love that. Hey, if New Jersey wins, I'm all for Atlantic City in September. Come on, guys. If we can gamble, we can swim. Let's get some more New Jersey.
Stop.
Right?
Yeah.
Denise, South Philly, Bobby, New Jersey, Adele, hi girls, love you, mom. Oh, love you, dash mom. That's my mom is with my sister. So thank you, mom. Love you too. We have Lakeland, Florida. That's nice in September. Okay, Aaron Gray. Oh, and I came over to the super intuitive community recently. And man, some interesting things have been happening since I claimed my path. Good girl. I'm really happy for you. Lisa, there was a presence in my house last night. I've prayed through it and I'm hopeful it won't return. But we signed a purchase agreement last night to buy this house. It's been our rental home for 6 years. What's your impression of this situation? Lisa has had situations in her home before. And Lisa, I really feel I'm going to be like, here we go with a hammer again. These situations, these spirits are coming because you're a little bored and you're giving too much energy to remembering of old things that have happened or just thoughts to your curiosity. And we spoke a long time ago, guys, on our show about the beacon inside of us, that message within us. And Lisa, the message within you is crying out for something of interest, something entertaining. And because of that, you're opening this portal unconsciously. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, guys, please do not, please, I ask you, do not send me messages during the show. It completely blocks out what the screen is that Chris and I rely on. If you want if it's too personal of a question to post, I apologize. You just, it knocks it off for us and we can't see who we're trying to read now. Chris, do you get what I'm saying? Are you picking up something similar?
I understand. Like energy draws like energy. And if your beacon is reading, come to me, come play with me, they're all going to come to you.
Or if the beacon is just curiosity, they're going to come to play with you.
Right. And that, whether it's curiosity or it's a memory, a past residence, and if it's a past memory, just wash it with light and do meditation. Do the rainbow meditation we taught you. Smudge and clear your house. Spray it with holy water. We've discussed different ways to clear energy. And I do feel like the house can be saved, and you just have to change the way you think about things. And once you shift, the energy will shift.
It'll stop coming in. And I would not at all be concerned about the energy that you're talking about that was there last night. It is not the energy that was there previously. Because as soon as, just for the record, Lisa gave me a whole long history of what happened last night. I know what happened at her place years ago because that's how I actually met her. I was there to assist. It is not the same energy. It can easily become the same energy. Right. So it's time to say those Our Fathers, sprinkle that holy water, declare the property yours, and that you are a child of God, and it is your property. All right?
It'll send all that energy scattered.
Right. Okay. So real quick, guys, make sure you put your city and state if you want us to do a show in your city and state. Come June 30th, Chris and I are going to calculate where we're going in September based on your responses. Matthew, my partner's mom just passed away a few days ago after being in rehab. It was unexpected because she was doing well. Is she at peace and was she ready?
What's her name, Matthew?
We're not, let me see. I'm going to have to jump to the top. I'm getting she is. Matthew, see if you can throw that answer in for us real quick because it's nice to get the person's name.
Because I just want to double check it because I'm getting two women here and I don't know if it's the mother and the grandmother or if Matthew's mother's gone as well.
Doris. Thank you, Matthew. Doris is her name.
I got yes. She's passed.
Yeah, good. So did I. And she's at peace.
And she's happy. And she's feeling that her son will be okay in the end, but he's very attached to her. And she said, I'm asking her what happened. And she said it was just a little blood clot gotten. Don't worry about it. It's nothing to worry about. She's very no nonsense about it. She goes, it's very pretty here. I'm like, okay, thanks, Doris. Toodaloo. She wants to talk, and I'm like, no, we only have a minute. I get in trouble. The boss will fire me.
Okay, I hope that helped, Matthew. And I'm sorry for your partner's loss and yours. Margie, my grandmother was woken up to her mother of Alzheimer's over 10 years ago. She kept on telling her to wake up. What is she trying to say from her grandmother, Emily? I'm not sure if I'm understanding this. I'm going to read it again. My grandmother.
Can you put it up?
Yeah, I've tried. Let me try it this way. I'm going to go here and try to trick it into reading it. It's not. There's something wrong with the system tonight. I apologize, guys. Occasionally they pop up. I hit all of them to do so. My grandmother was woken up to her mother of Alzheimer's over 10 years ago. She kept on telling her to wake up. See, guys, when you have two people and then you use a pronoun, we don't know what the pronoun is relating to what person. Is it the she who woke up, the grandmother, or the mother with Alzheimer's, telling her to wake up? So Margie, I'm going to keep flipping to the top. If you can make this question clearer in the next few minutes, I will absolutely skip people and get your question in. But please use names or something so we can understand it better. I hate to just leave you hanging like that.
But I think the grandmother was trying to wake the mother up.
Yeah, I don't want to go
And
through.
I don't think the mother was waking up is what the problem was. And they
Right.
want to know why. And I
Let's
think
wait
she
and
wants
see.
to know if that's what her mother's passing.
Let's wait
That's
and
what
see.
I'm getting.
Okay.
That's just my take on it.
And you're probably right. All right. So, caller Jones, there are legal things going on since my husband's death. Can you tell me the outlook of the legal matters? And if Rick is with me and feels I'm doing what he would have wanted me to do, it's been 2 years tomorrow. Are there any messages from him? So Rick is her husband. He's passed 2 years ago tomorrow.
I got check, check, and double check.
That's great.
Nora, did you go down?
Yeah, I'm getting that he's comfortable. And can you tell me the outlook of the legal matters? It's just a time-consuming thing. Not
He
nearly.
He keeps telling me check, check, check. Like they're all going to be taken care of. And he's around her quite a bit. And
nice.
that he intends to show up for his anniversary tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be great. So go to sleep tonight expecting a dream date.
Yep.
Why not? Christina.
Romance.
Right. I will be contacting a lawyer tomorrow to take care of a financial issue that has been haunting me for 3 years now. My emotions are so strong regarding this issue. Will the lawyer be able to resolve this nightmare situation? I got a resounding yes. Like this,
that's what I got.
Whoever you got is going to do the job.
And I get it's not as bad as you think it is.
Yeah, it's
like this person is going to handle it, and it's going to be like, what were you so upset about?
Right, and you're probably going to kick yourself for waiting so long.
Well, I think to them, it's just everyday business. Like mediumship and reading people is everyday business to us.
Right.
Like you got the right person. It's no
You
big
definitely
deal.
do.
They're just like, okay. And when they tell you it's going to be done in 6 weeks, it really is going to be done in 6 weeks. Because I feel like they have to file something, and it might take 3 weeks to get on the calendar and then another 3 weeks to resolve. I just feel like whatever it is going to go bing, bing. And it's done. I
feel the same exact way. Teresa Rich Youngren. Hello, ladies. Hello, Teresa.
Hi.
Elena. Hello, sweetheart. Says, I'm glad
Elena.
you are both back. I missed you guys. We missed you too.
You.
Denise, thanks, ladies. That's Denise Marino. We read her a few moments ago. You're welcome, sweetie. I'm glad we can help. I'm jumping back to the top just to see if that person re-entered the information. No, not yet. Okay, so, when I jump around this thing, I lose my place. Lori Green Bruce. Hello. Carla votes for Indiana. Hey, guys, that's 2 Indianas. Hi, Shauna. Make sure you put in your city and state. Michelle says PA. Casey Rogers. Mines keep freezing on my side. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on tonight. I know what Chris thinks, but we're not going there. Tina Perez says, hi, Tina. All right, Brenda Bolton, I'm getting married in July. I wasn't fortunate enough to meet my fiance's grandparents before they passed. Are they with us? More importantly, him. Do they know about me? Do they have any messages for us? Oh my God. And I see them there like hugging him and behind her and all like, what's she doing? They're very happy with you, sweetheart. They're very, very happy with you. I'll leave the full message to Chris, but I'm getting absolutely overjoyed with the fact that he's marrying you.
Well, they feel that the two of you are meant to be together and that you're a perfect match and that whatever issues you have, you seem to work out between the two of you quickly and easily. And is he going to wear something of his grandfather's? Because I'm feeling like either ties or cufflinks. I'm feeling something metal that he's going to wear at the wedding or the service or have in his pocket. I don't know. I keep hearing like a tinkling sound, like a metal tinkling sound. And the grandfather's getting all excited when he sees it and he feels it. And he just wants you to know that he says your honeymoon's going to be more wonderful than you can ever imagine. He's going to make sure that you have the time of your lives.
Okay. Margie restated her question, so I absolutely want to get that in before we run out of time, and we'll grab a few more if we can. My daughter, Emily, wants to know why her great-grandmother, Anna, woke up her grandmother, Johanna, woke her up in her sleep. So Anna woke up Johanna in her sleep, saying to get up multiple times on her father's side of the family, not her mother's, Margie's side. Okay, so her daughter Emily wants to know why her great-grandmother Anna, so I'm assuming she's past great-grandmother, woke up her grandmother, Johanna, in her sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So is Emily dreaming this and this is happening? I'm not sure.
Well,
yeah, I'm going to leave this to you, Chris, because I'm overanalyzing. This is the left brain of me.
Well, they're just telling me that there's something wrong with the mother's health. And the grandmother's trying to point it out. And this is why they're being sent the message.
Okay.
And it might have something to do with her sleeping or sleep apnea or something. She doesn't want to wake up.
Okay, so daughter Emily wants to know why. So is it the daughter's mother? So that would be Margie herself who's ill.
No, I think it's the grandmother.
Okay.
That's ill.
Okay.
And I think that that's what the great-grandmother's trying to
say. Got it.
So that Margie and Emily get the idea that something's wrong with grandmom. It wasn't, they're overlooking something.
Mm.
And it's going to happen quick because she keeps snapping her fingers at me.
Nice.
And I keep asking her how quick, and she goes, quick, bing, bing, and she's snapping her fingers like, come on. And I was like, okay, I'll let her know this fast.
Okay, we only have like 3 minutes, so we're going to take one more question. But before we do, even if you are watching the show after its initial live broadcast, you can put in your city and state if you like us to consider going out to your area in September to do a show. To get a reading, just go to chrisgurganus.com. You can schedule your readings right there to know where our shows are. You can check out Into Intuition. And please share the show. It means a great deal to us to keep growing with you guys. I have a lot of thank yous. I have Christina, who we just talked about legal issues, crying. We're going to grab one last question from Diane. I keep dreaming about family and friends that have passed. It's like every night. Why is this happening?
They're just coming through to say hello.
They know you can hear them.
Your house is like the deli stop.
I know, really. Edgar Casey talks about when you reach a certain level of spirituality, you just start to open up. You are capable of hearing spirits, understanding much greater outside of our normal three-dimensional life. Spirituality is key. The love of God, giving of service, prayerful, caring for people. And I know Diane, and she fits all of that. So I am not surprised that she is so opened up and that she gets these visits. And they come because they know you hear them and you'll relay the messages if there's a message to be relayed. I want to add anything?
Well, they're telling me this is a journey that's not surprising to her. It started 2 years ago, maybe 3. And it's just been like, they're showing me the lotus blossom opening.
Yep.
And it's been a little surprising, but they've taken baby steps with her so she doesn't get too wigged out.
All right, guys, throw in some suggestions for next week's show. You name the topic, and Chris and I will seriously consider doing it. You so far have been like really awesome with giving us what we should be doing next. So we've done dreams a couple times, we've done numbers, but paranormal stuff, things about possession, you name it. We'll
Edgar Casey, she loves Casey.
Love Casey's stuff. You know, I could do a whole show on him. I could do 2 or 3 shows. So thank you. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for being here with us. For those questions that weren't answered, please jump in there, give your insight, give your intuition, help each other out. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Chris?
Thank you, guys. We really appreciate you all coming and staying up with us and playing with us. Come play with us again next week.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.